better. Is that Proverbs? Or like, do you want to cite?
That's Pogo Sticks book 2.
Yeah.
And he probably has his badge on still, like, you know.
It's a Chippendales sheriff dance.
Yes.
Well, you could just use the badge to like cover the naughty stuff.
It's glasses, loincloth, badges foreign.
I don't know how big this badge is, but I think that's a tall order.
I feel like Sensen should have a really big badge.
Such a big badge.
Welcome to our shit show, friends.
There's some S&M chaff, so yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm like,
all kinds,
wow. Okay. Cool.
Present
So
day.
saying assless is just redundant.
Yeah, but saying assless, you wanna emphasize the fact that you're all cheeked up on a Tuesday when you're wearing them.
I'm trying to watch our Twitch stream, but I just keep seeing this ass is really bomb looking. Did I say it wrong? Our tit stream, our
a
Twitch
little
stream.
bit, maybe.
Look, you know what? When it comes to me, this is the exception. So, like, get on my level. Second of all I keep seeing is this bomb-ass chicken sandwich ad that looks so good, and I want to eat it.
The magic lube is made in the swamp, and it's normally like pure and holy or whatever. But occasionally, when somebody gets murdered in there, it turns evil.
Is it sticky?
It's probably sticky.
I mean, it's a little bit sticky. It came from a kid.
Jam hands, man. I want to look at the book, but I don't want to touch it until we can wipe off the most
I'm gonna
likely
press
jam.
digitize the jam and stickies off of it.
But it is gorgeous. It's one of the most beautiful and moving things you've ever seen. Most people don't get to see a drow civilization.
Well, that's beautiful and fascinating, but also kind of dangerous. Anybody else want to take a look before we start doing the dynamite thing?
Can I stealth myself as well? Can I roll stealth? Just because why not?
Well, I mean, you gotta do something. You can't just, hey, I'm stealthy, right? What are you trying to do stealthily?
Just be super hot and stealthy. Like, I want everybody to see how hot and stealthy I am. It's so stealthy of me.
She keeps saying that they're looking for a magic cock.
She's already got Eric. I don't know what she's looking for. Like, babe, fucking come dance with who you came with.
Dee Dee, are you hearing that correctly too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're saying cock. I want to say they mean conch, but I'm really not. I hope they mean conch, but like also they mean cock.
I mean,
That's fine too.
I mean, to each their own, sure. But I guess they're looking for a magic one?
Oh, it's definitely got to be magic. You know, why look for one if it's not? I mean, either way, if it's a cock or a conch, why look for one if it's not magic? That is.
Chat about how we can simultaneously take her out and convince Dryland to go into a back room with us for a private business meeting, which may or may not result in him tied up to a chair.
Is Sensen gonna give him a lap dance?
That might be ultimately the plan, yes.
We've had experiences where some of our clientele have gotten a little bit too handsy. So we've actually introduced a little bit of a fun experience where you surrender yourself to the Dragonborn and the Dragonborn surrenders something to you. So I'm going to just very gently, it's just playful. I'm just gonna just hold your wrists and your ankles down. You can tap out. The safe word is Neverwinter, but it's just a little bit of a fun thing.
I'm really sad the butthole collapsed. Never good when the butthole collapses.
Do they have little chaps on?
No, they are not precious. You get the squirrel now. They have little chaps
I
on.
don't even know if they have asses.
Probably Klaka of some kind.
Asses are relative.
Your magical physiologies professor could tell you.
We will ask.
Here?
You pest of butts.
Yeah, but where does the poop come from?
I mean, it's got a something. Does it have enough of a cheek for it to be considered an ass?
The cheek makes the ass.
I don't have an answer. I mean, you could dissect one, I guess.
Perhaps they're not all cheeked up on a Tuesday.
Oh gosh, this little dude is Volo, and he wants to talk to you. You got some time?
Hi, Bolo. You need some dicks?
Like, I'm really ready for a meet cute with a romanticore. I feel like I've earned it.
Oh boy. Renzo will kind of lean over to Dee Dee and say, "We have a group of manticores up ahead."
Oh yeah, I think the ranger wants to fuck one of them.
Not one. I mean, not anyone. Not just anyone.
Not one, all of them. Got it.
I'm effing. Piranha starts swaying, getting into it, just sort of swaying with the music too.
Twerking.
Gently twerking, like not like hardcore twerking, not like trying to earn some extra platinum twerking, but
Gently
like
twerking.
just gentle twerking, just sort of like I'm feeling your vibe twerking.
Oh my god.
I can take them if I can be potion bitch.
Yeah. I feel like you've kind of needed the potions the most so far. So yeah, that's a good idea.
Because it's my fault if they don't finish.
It's always your fault. Everything is your fault.
It's always the man's fault if women don't finish stuff.
She has a point.
She does have a point. I'm not going to fight that one because there's no way for me to win that one.
Nope.
You're a little bit outnumbered.
So in a flash of teleportation light, and there is no twerking unless you want there to be.
No.
I'm twerking. Don't tell me I can't twerk. I'm just going to twerk if she wants to.
You can leave your cares behind because if your
Is
friends don't twerk.
Is there like Doctor Who noises as she twerks through the universe?
Jesus.
Hey,
funny.
At least you don't hear the sucking sound of the dark between the stars.
Oh my god, no.
I am glad you made it out of that without mentioning the sucking sound of the dark between the stars.
And occasionally creates a sucking whisper. What is it? Milky voice whispers? I don't remember.
You made it worse.
How did you make it worse? Because I said moist. That made it worse.
And milky. Let's not overlook milky, please.
I think, is it milky actually in there?
They are milky white tentacles. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Rather you didn't.
Lots of D words.
All the
Dazzling
D-words.
Dee Dee.
Dazzling
Oh
Dee Dee.
dear God.
That's her Vegas name.
Dump truck Dee Dee.
She got that dump truck.
She got that dumpy.
Yep.
She kind of thick for a goblin.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna go live on that note just so you can show off your bag of popcorn again. So here we are live, friends. Oh, wait, hold on, I gotta turn off your thing because I never know if you're gonna show up on time, madame.
I know. I like to keep everybody guessing.
There you are. Hello, friends. It is us. It is I. It is them. It is we. Hi. Happy Monday night. Welcome to Strixhaven, Strixjammer. I need to change the logo on the screen to say Strixjammer too.
Starhaven.
Starhaven.
He's like Starhaven better?
I think so.
I will take a poll. You guys can decide. Strixhaven, Starjammer. Anyway. Yes, it is D&D. I am herding the cats. It is I, DM, and I'm going to go around and start with Clover B and have you introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you're playing.
Hi everyone, I'm Clover B. I play Maudie. She is a purveyor of fine wares and goods of the psychedelic type. And this is Dr. Oswald Piddlepants. He is playing Erica the Fourth tonight.
You need to get him a little tentacle outfit. Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Yes. There has to be a doggy tentacle costume somewhere.
It's gotta be
Otherwise,
easy
the
to make,
internet
right?
has completely failed us.
Yeah. All right, Ella.
Hello, I'm Ella Darling. I play Pepsi Maxton, a satyr bard who is a cheerleader and likes casting spells and having fun. Okay.
I'm
she's a
gesticulating
cheerleader.
wildly with chopsticks.
Yes. What about it, Seth?
Nothing at all.
It's dinner time, and I'm feeding myself. I'm nourishing my body with the carcasses
God.
of slain animal. Back to you, Seth.
Star cells.
Alright, so I am Star Cells. I play Theris Wick, who is a tiefling monk, who is a lover of travels and adventures and books and scrolls, and a hater of stupid people, especially those of the religious type. And yeah,
Not
I
at
hope
all
I
like you.
remember.
Not
Not
at all.
like me in real life. I always make sure to play a character who is absolutely nothing like me in real life. And if I start munching on snacks later, it's because somebody left this giant bag of popcorn bags right within my reach. So
I love
yeah,
it.
there we go.
All right. Kenku lady.
Hi, it's me. I'm desperately trying to avoid this little ray of sun that just keeps beaming me in the fucking forehead. Hi guys, I'm Myriad, or Kirsten, whatever you want to call me is fine. Don't call me Myriad_X, Seth. That's fucking weird. I'm a streamer here on twitch.tv/Myriad_X. I play a lot of cozy games. I play some spooky games occasionally, and other times I am over on other people's channels playing D&D. Yeah, and I play Hiccup.
I just wanted to put you on that screen to watch you dodge the little beam of light.
The skinniest beam of light.
Right in the middle of her fucking face.
Right in the
too.
middle, dude. Right in the middle.
At that point, I would literally just get some paint and go over to the window and just like paint a black bar in the middle of the window.
It's so like there's shutters. So I have film that's supposed to like tint the window, and then there's shutters, but the shutters don't quite close all the way at the middle, so there's just a little peak of sunlight that gets through. And I don't want to tape it because then it looks fucking janky.
There would never be a laser beam aimed at Hiccup. No, I would never do that.
Viper, get down!
Yeah. So why don't we? Okay, now that we've talked about laser rifles and whatnot, does anybody want to give a crack at summarizing what happened last time?
We stole
Don't all
a
jump
book.
at once.
We probably stole something, broke something, killed somebody we didn't mean to.
We killed no one.
Oh right, we didn't.
We
Oh,
almost
the
had to.
mine! Didn't we
almost
get
had to
the
take care of
mine
the
working
dwarf.
again?
Yep. You did. I don't think you killed anybody last game. There was some breaking and entering, and theft, and lying.
There was very little breaking, a lot of entering.
Yes, so we got the potion bottles.
I seem to remember someone triggering at least one trap.
Does that count as breaking?
I guess if you count the poison vials that got smashed to like poison cloud you, probably.
Okay, fair.
Pepsi fell in love with an albino dwarf.
I forgot
That's
about that
true.
part.
Yes, Pepsi fell in love with our Mark. That was unfortunate.
Well, I mean, you could do worse than, falling in love with someone who owns a mine, right?
Arguably, Pepsi saved this man's life because we might have killed him.
We probably would have killed him and then just owned the mine.
Became gods,
Yeah.
I am intentionally not looking at your alignments on your character sheets right now.
I am fully within my alignment.
I wasn't talking
very
about
much.
you. You sociopath.
I'm just along for the ride. I'm fully in line with what I'm supposed to be.
We we are forced to just kind of hang around while they mine for an undetermined amount of time in order to provide us with effectively gas for our space car.
Yep. Not only that, but the proprietor of the what was the name of the store? Note taker.
Note taker has not taken notes.
I haven't taken notes.
No.
All right, then let's name it the I don't know, the General Ether Vandalia store. So Ether Vandalia is the city. The Bazaar of Ether Vandalia is the one of the greatest bazaars known to. Look at you trying to dodge that sunbeam. And the store, the general store or magic store, whatever it is, what have you.
I could look it up, but I'm not going to.
No, if you could find it, more power to you. Let's just call it the General Magic Store, GMS. There it is, the GMS store.
That just sounds like GNC, but like
they have
different.
fitness. They have fitness products. There's nutritional supplements. Shakes? Yes, you said it, not me. Anyway, the proprietor is actually building for Hiccup a spell jamming helm to her specifications. So it's going to have a little beak and it's going to have a little spot on top for Herbert to sit. Is that is? Am I correct in that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, but
Herbert
anything that
needs to
happens to Hiccup, to the ship, will happen to Hiccup.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
my brain might get fried. It's fine. It won't happen.
Yeah.
We won't let it happen.
The best
Not gonna
defense is a very thorough and overwhelming offense.
We will crush all opponents beneath our mighty fists.
I'm literally watching Hiccup turn into like Space Captain and Space Pirate Harlock. Anyway. Do you guys want to do anything in Ether Vandalia for the next day, or do you want to skip to being presented with the helm? Because your friend will indeed live up to their word, and he will provide you with the spell jamming helm.
I would like to begin in my downtime studying poisons and poisoncraft.
Yep. Let's let that simmer in the back.
Are you not proficient in Poisoner's Kit?
I am, but I would like to eventually get poison resistance, please.
Oh, so not only like making them, you're literally doing your fucking what's his name, Russian dude, and you're gonna start poisoning yourself a little bit every day.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're Rasputin, okay? All right, right.
I mean, honestly, that's a predictable character path for me.
I thought you were talking about the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Both would make sense. I'm Dread Pirate Rasputin.
Oh my god.
Is there anything interesting to do with the mines? I don't know. This town is kind of...
I mean, it literally is the biggest bazaar in the known universe. However,
we're
you guys fled. You're poor. You don't have a lot of money. However, there are several ways to make money. Pepsi and Aurora could perform. You could actually take a job.
Oh, what kind of jobs can we? What kind of jobs are there?
Oh, yeah.
We got a job
I mean,
board?
we used to work at a coffee
got a job
shop.
board.
There have to be coffee.
Did we ever get paid for our various jobs back in
Really
school?
good question.
Sure, you absolutely did, but you didn't go back to get your money out of the bank while the school was under attack by the Xerixian Empire.
Like I would trust a financial institution.
You just
Like they
buried...
would give her an account.
Buddy's got like gold
Valid
just
point.
stuffed in like random little fucking pockets and pouches.
Oh, I'm just picturing it all buried under the manure under her bed where she grows the mushrooms. So.
Oh, 100%.
Nobody's gonna look for it there.
Exactly.
It's
what do
like
you guys have on
hiding
your character sheets
savings
now,
in
right
your
now?
litter box.
Just out of curiosity, tell me what you've got on your character sheets for gold.
342.
766.
Typical.
I clearly am not paying attention because I'm too fascinated by everything else. I've got 160.
I don't even know where to look.
I'll say I'm shocked that anybody else had gold on their character sheet.
Let me check. I will. Aurora has, and then I will check Pepsi. Aurora has inventory. She's got 15 gold on her.
Oh wow!
That's her starting amount. Yeah.
Yeah, that's her starting amount. Yep.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't even know where the 160 came from. I think I started out with 10 at the beginning, and I have no recollection of where the.
I suspect the last time we had this conversation was the exact same time. The last time you guys asked me the question, "Do we get paid for those jobs we have on campus?"
Oh yeah.
And I'm actually confident that that's the case. So why don't you each take another 100 gold? I will say you carry that on your persons.
That's a little spending money.
Yeah. And there are job boards, so if you want to have a chat with the proprietor of the store or with Sithis, who actually comes back every day or two, they will point you to anyone who might need work, and they'll explain to you, you could take a job, you'd probably be pretty good bounty hunters, right?
I'd be an excellent bounty hunter.
Yeah. I am probably a better bounty hunter than I am a barista. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't really have arms, so I think I'd be a better bounty hunter too.
What does it take to join the Guild of Merchants?
Sithis and I gotta stop calling him the proprietor. I'm gonna call him Bjorn.
Don't worry, you'll forget that name in next session
I know.
anyway.
Wait for it. I don't even have a fucking pen here. Wait, here we go. You know what we're gonna do?
You're gonna roll on a random generator again.
No.
This man has 47 names by now.
On my erasable Magic the Gathering token cards.
Oh my god. I love it. Hashtag not sponsored.
Bjorn! There we go. Magic guy.
That is a very Nordic name for an Arrakis-inspired.
Which is hilarious because the dwarves are albino.
True. But they're underground. They don't
Just saying.
need vitamin D.
Yo, he must be struggling. This is like a desert planet, right?
Yep. He is a tall, thin human male. And he looks just like a Bjorn would look, you'd think.
Bjorn.
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 Let's say a day or two has passed, and you go visit Bjorn in the shop because you want to check on the spelljamming helm. Which, by the way, is ready.
Can I try it on? Can I try it on?
So-
Can I try it on?
Fashion show.
He pulls it out of, opens a oak, looks like a little baby coffin. It's about, 3 feet long, 2 feet high.
Who made this baby coffin?
Human baby
He just
coffin.
happened to have it flying
Right.
around.
I like
And-
that that's the unit of measurement.
Right.
Baby coffin.
It's just one baby coffin.
And inside the unit of measurement, one baby coffin, is this greenish gray with 2 huge bulbous eyes and a snout coming down. It looks just like Sandman's helm, the old Sandman helm. And it's got an indentation in the top, but looks like some webbed feet could fit right on it. And he hands it to Hiccup and says, "Try it on for fit."
I'm going to place it on my head, and then I'm going to give it a little twirl.
All right, give me a Constitution save real quick.
Oh shit! I didn't have my fucking dice near me. How prepared I am. Con, 16.
All right. You put on the helm and you start choking and coughing as almost almost the same biogel that you have to stick your hands in, or your claws, as the case may be, to navigate, fills your mouth and your lungs, and you find immediately that you're actually breathing this liquid.
This is weird.
Creepy.
It's in my lungs. It's in my lungs, but I think it's okay.
And you hear her like, almost like the Fathomless would talk to Menredin. It's like, and then that slowly morphs into Hiccup talking in your brains from the helm.
Yeah, Muddy's in a corner, like, eating something out of a bag that they picked up on the way over, being like, yeah, that seems definitely normal.
Yep. And Hiccup, I'll add this as a custom item, but it gives you limited message. Like, basically you can cast message as a cantrip.
I think I can already do that.
It's
I can
cantrip?
already do that!
Aww.
Message already is a cantrip.
Sorry.
You mean sending?
Sending. Sorry. Yeah, they can reply.
Sending's better.
And if you want to take some time and identify it, you will find that is a 120-foot radius.
Ooh.
It's not as good as sending, but it's unlimited while you're on the
It's good enough for the ship.
Yep.
Hiccup's going to she's gonna kind of do a little model pose, just do a little on her hand on her hip, twirl around in her little tutu with her fairy wings with the helm on. How do I look?
Stunning.
Terrifying.
She does look terrifying.
Descriptors.
Nigh unto a god.
Oh wait, and I'm gonna put Herbert on top.
I love how there's like a little Herbert like divot.
Can I put my hat on top of the helm?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You need to please, I know you're slammed with work and things, but please, for all that's holy or unholy, can you draw that for us?
I will do my best.
I would dearly love to see that image. For the folks following along at home, by the way, this is Hiccup when she's not here. There's the little icon for Hiccup. So that little hat is now on top of the helm with Herbert sitting on the indentation. I guess there's like the brim of the hat fits down into the indentation and Herbert's sitting on the thing.
I'm gonna strap
So
my
there
stuff.
you go.
Strap my stuff. Do.
And I will remind you that since I have right here in my browser window brought up the Sensible Magic Items pricing guide, you are in the greatest magic store in the known multiverse. So, is there anything anyone's interested in?
Yeah, what's in the bargain bin of $1,500 or less?
You guys got to tell me. I'm not going to literally read off the entire goddamn.
Jesus, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of items that I can work with. Because...
Is there anything that would actually be useful to our group?
Lots of things. I mean, here, I'm going to drop it again. It's pinned in the chat, but I'll drop it again in the chat. And you guys tell me if there's anything, magically that you are interested in.
Should I add the space jamming helm to my inventory?
I haven't created it yet, so...
Oh, okay. I mean, there's one...
Is
this
there?
is different. Yeah, there's
it's-
one in the...
And remember, the reason our helm looks like it does is because I didn't actually read the book when we first started talking about this. And the helm means like literally like a big chair and a helm and whatever. And I'm like, oh, well, helm obviously means a helmet you put on your head.
Because it's the helm of a ship.
Yep. So
Our beloved Dingus DM.
I kind of like the fact that you have to like breathe in the biogel, wear the helmet, and stick your hands in the gunk to make the ship go. So
I think it's creepier. I love it.
Yep. And now I'm watching all of my players look at the sensibly priced magical item chart like, ooh, what can I buy?
Because we're going shopping.
Where did the chart go? Where did you put it? Is it?
I dropped it in the Discord.
Oh, in Discord. Okay, I looked in
Yep.
like the Twitch chat and the Skype chat.
Do we have anything else that can make us invisible?
Or the potion of invisibility.
Yeah, if anybody's interested, anybody watching, that is the chart we're working from. It is the sensibly priced sensibly priced magic item chart.
Oh, I was looking at Dust of Disappearance.
Okay. Anything that is like under 1,000 gold is gonna be there. If it's over 1,000, I'll make a roll to see if it's there, because that shit's starting to get super rare.
I'm logging in.
Okay,
I'm picking some fun items. Hold on.
So Bjorn's showing you around the store. That circlet of blasting is still there. That I believe Theris was interested in last time.
Oh, I thought I was gonna get that for free.
Yeah, I thought we like negotiated for that as part of our fee of almost killing ourselves fighting a dragon.
Let me look at it real quick.
Yeah, we touched
I will
it.
give it to you if it is not stupid and overbalanced.
Oh my gosh! I need this goat where you can remove the horns and they become 2 different melee weapons.
Whoa! I just like the idea that a goat is an item. Yes, you need the goat.
I need this goat.
Give me the goat.
Oh yeah. All right.
It becomes a giant goat for 3 hours, and it can't attack, but I can remove its horns and use them as weapons. Though I have plenty of weapons, so maybe I don't need a goat with weapon horns, but I want one.
You know, honestly, I think shopping stream is funnier than I expected it to be.
I mean, everybody loves a goat.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna add the circlet of blasting to Starcell's sheet.
Okay.
Okay, I'm definitely now in the items of things that I cannot afford, but I'm enjoying looking at the names.
Oh, I see. And what is it that Bjorn is showing you right now?
Hold on. There was a really fun name I just passed by. Where'd it go?
So, oh my god, you do not even have to attune to it. Go ahead and refresh your character sheet, madame.
You said anything we could get anything under 1,000?
Anything under 1,000 will be available to purchase. I will roll to see if the super rare stuff, once you hit that higher prices, is available. I mean, some of these things are wondrous, incredibly rare items. You've got your hand raised. What is the hand raised for?
Are you talking to me?
The Deck of Illusions.
Deck of Illusions.
I saw that. What is that?
So it's the magic. The magic of the deck functions only if the cards are drawn at random. You can use an action to draw a card at random from the deck and throw it on the ground at a point within. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! An illusion of one or more creatures forms over the thrown card and remains until dispelled. And there's things like a red dragon, a druid, a cloud giant, a bugbear.
Yep.
That's bitchin'.
That is really cool.
I want that.
Let me go back.
Prosthetic lamp.
All right, you have enough gold to pay for that, I believe, correct?
Yeah, it's 400.
Knock yourself out. Add it to your sheet and subtract 400 gold.
Yeah.
And it's I love that it's completely random.
Right? Like, that's so fun.
Yep. Does it actually exist in D&D? And it's not just some bullshit? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Every now and again, I get worried that some of the stuff on
Right?
these third-party things isn't like something that actually exists in game. And it's the ivory goat that Theris is interested in?
No, it's above the ivory goat. It's actually cheaper, I think, than the ivory goat. I'm looking for it. I've lost it. I hope I didn't just like make it up in my head. Where is the goat?
Just
Oh my
go to the
God.
top and
There
type in
were
goat.
several goats, actually, which is very amusing to me.
I mean, the Trevally one is 300. The traveling one is 1,000, which may or may not be in the store, and the Terror, the Ivory Goat of Terror, is 20,000 gold.
But
No,
I
that
don't
is.
have that many gold.
Yeah, I am not giving you a wondrous figurine of power.
Lame.
But
Boo.
I want
DM
a
hates
lance
us.
and a longsword attached to a goat's head.
We could probably make that happen for you. Just
Right.
give him like.
Just give me,
What if
give me
I
2
got
days and a roll of duct tape. I'm good.
Yeah, what if I just got the regular goat and I just kept my weapons like
There's some sovereign glue on that list.
I did see that.
So the other one just becomes a giant goat.
Well, maybe you just want a giant goat.
Do
Yeah.
I just want a giant goat? What is this? A feather. That looks like something.
Wait, a lot of these things, when I click them, it just says non-SRD, try here or search. Is that what you're seeing? Am I in the wrong place?
Oh, you just click on it and it'll open it up somewhere else.
Sometimes it opens in another window.
Ah.
Now, that said, there's some other stuff you might want to consider. You note, as you're walking around, that there is a room off to the back, and you hear some buzzing noises coming out of it.
It's bees!
Ooh.
Hello, bees.
And then, after 5 or 10 minutes, you see a small gnome walk out with a fresh tattoo on their forearm that is glowing magically.
Oh, magic tattoo! I love
So
magic
there,
tattoo.
you can actually get magic tattoos here as well.
Don't tempt me with a good time, sir.
Are potions good for only one use?
That is correct.
Because breathing fire sounds kind of cool, but...
I can make you do that with a spell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't need no stinking potion then.
Well, and while you are wearing, you should actually read to us aloud what your circlet of blasting does. While you're all wandering around, you hear Theris cackling maniacally as she puts a circlet on her head, like it fits right around her horns.
I accidentally closed my character sheet.
Oh.
Sorry. I was
Love you
trying to
guys.
close one of the 1,000 tabs I had open for various things I could buy. Gloves of Thievery. I feel like I don't need that. All right, let me reopen my character sheet.
Let me do this. While wearing this circlet, you can use your attack action to cast Scorching Ray.
Woo!
So literally, you can start just pointing at people and having hellfire scorch at them. And your attack bonus by the way, your attack bonus for that spell is +5. Now, you get to use it once a day. You can't do it over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But at once a day, you get hellfire at you. Thank you, sir.
I love it. I just have to figure out where on my character sheet it is.
It's just in your inventory.
I don't know. I see it. Maybe I need to refresh.
Yep.
I have no idea. I'm still disappointed that it's 20,000 gold for
basically
goat.
Thor's goats.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
though
no.
I already have plenty of melee weapons, I don't really need 2 more.
I wanted a specific tattoo, but it's 20,000 gold, so that's not happening.
You can do the spell rot tattoos, but they're only they're 1 use each, but
Yeah.
they're fairly cheap-ish.
I mean, if you pool your money, or you could ask if there's anything Bjorn needs done, like freeing up his mine from being taken over by a dragon, or his friend's mine.
A cantrip is 50 gold, and then first level is 300.
Well, I guess I definitely want that Dust of Disappearance. That's only 100.
Go ahead, subtract it, add it to your character sheet. I'm not going to get you
Alright.
fussed about that.
I don't know how to. Let's see.
As you're dithering,
Manage inventory.
Dither dather.
Yeah, I have decided what I want.
Okay, let's do that first then. Go ahead, tell me what it is, just to make sure we're okay.
I want mithril armor.
Okay, that's medium, right?
Yeah, medium or heavy, and then.
You'd have to get the medium version because I did not approve of heavy armor for a fucking wizard.
I don't have proficiency in any armor.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Which is why my armor class is fucking 14.
Aw.
Mine's 12.
Actually,
Yeah,
wait, no. I don't think I want mithril armor because I have, fuck, I have mage armor, so never mind. But I definitely want a pearl of power.
Let me look at it, make sure. While you are dithering around the store, the gnome that came out of getting tattooed sort of overhears that you're worried about money and says, "Hey, I got a job. You interested?"
Does it pay 20,000 gold?
No, it doesn't pay 20,000 gold.
No reason. Just wondering.
What's the job?
Yeah. Sir?
So he points at Hiccup and says, that's a spell jamming helm, right?
Yeah, what about it?
Maybe.
Is one of those ships up there yours?
Yeah, what about it?
I would like to hire you to take me somewhere.
Oh, okay. Where you gonna go?
Salvage mission.
Stop burying the lead. What are we getting?
You'll get whatever you find, and I will pay you 500 gold pieces each.
Each? Wow. We've never had an each before. It's always been in lump sum.
I'm
Indeed. And this will include
Sure,
Senzan
why
and
not?
Aurora. Really?
I
You
think
don't want to
we
know
should-
anything else? You just okay? Yeah, great.
No. What happened?
Wait, what are you salvaging?
Yeah.
Um,
What are you salvaging, and what happened to it?
well,
Salvage
it's a
these
nautiloid.
nuts.
Okay.
I see those things some of you are bonded with, and I think you would be interested in this. Some of their kin might still be on board. And by the
Insight
way,
check.
go ahead, hit it. And those of you who
No.
are bonded with with one, do get the sense that they want to do this. They are pushing you toward accepting this mission.
All right. I believe you.
What was your insight check?
8.
Yeah, he's absolutely telling you the complete and unadulterated, holding nothing back truth.
Okay. I believe you. Okay, let's go, guys. Wait, when do we leave?
Whenever you're ready. I mean, you want to go now? It'll take me a couple hours to get the rest of the crew together.
Yeah, like whenever you're ready, you let us know. We're on your time, bud. You just hired us.
All right. Well,
And
where?
don't pull any sketchy stuff. on
Yeah,
our
What-
ship.
what does that
I'll
mean?
do something horrible to you.
I mean, don't try to kill one of us or something.
I mean,
Try like mutiny,
Or
you know.
steal our stuff.
and I would like to say that if you do try to kill us, or actively or through action or inaction, not only does it render our contract null and void, but we do then claim we claim everything from the salvage vessel and your life.
He says,
What's he
"Oh,
said?
that's fine. Bjorn, I need one of those contract things."
That was way too easy. He's going to try to kill us.
Yeah, we're about to die.
So Bjorn
It's
comes
okay.
over and he's like, he says, "Oh, I see you've met," and it literally sounds like this crazy weird thing. And he introduced, Flip. His name's Flip.
I was gonna say like that episode of SpongeBob where he's just
Just call him Flip. And you introduce yourselves to the gnome Flip.
hey Flip.
Hey, Flip.
You better not betray us, Flip, because
So
I'll kill you.
have you guys done this before? What's tell me about your experiences, right? I like to know who I'm hiring.
Well, we just fucking killed a dragon and rescued the mine, so.
We did. That was us. You're welcome.
Oh, all right. So great. Sithis can pay me back soon. Excellent.
We're very experienced adventurers. We've been on many adventures. We've slayed many beasts. We've rescued many maidens, even.
Including ourselves.
Give me a deception check.
We have rescued things that identify as female.
We saved each other all the time.
That is a totally valid point.
Okay. What was that? What was that?
22.
All right. He's buying it. He's buying it from Hiccup. He says, "All right. Well, you obviously have experience. Can I see your nav deck?
Or what now? Why do you need to see it?
Would anyone like to give me a deception or performance check?
Yes. The fuck I
Deception.
would.
I am not great at either of those, so one of you guys can.
I would like to give a deception check.
All right, hit it.
Do you say perception or what?
Deception or performance. So Pepsi or Aurora might want to perform, but I think somebody might have.
Oh me.
I rolled a 2 for a total of 10.
Well, I rolled 15.
Would Madame like to spend her daily inspiration on that performance check?
Yeah, probably.
27. All right. He's buying what it is you're talking about, and you manage during the course of this conversation to pull out of him. The nav deck is sort of a small book with pages that come out, and the pages look like these little, maybe 8 by 3 or 4 across, adamantine punch cards. Think about old paper punch cards.
Is it like old computer punch cards for
They're
programming?
like old computer punch cards for programming. They're made of adamantine, and they are, here is how you navigate to this quadrant. He would like to see yours, and he explains that, I will get you a new page for your nav deck to get to the wreck.
Okay, so why does he need to see our whole entire book if he's going to give us one new page?
I just wanted to check and see if you had a map to that quadrant. And your performance roll is good enough that you managed to get all this info out of him without letting him know that you have no fucking clue what he's talking about.
Do you recall anything on the Spelljammer ship that looked like that?
You do not. However, I would say Maudit, Senzan, and Hiccup, you're familiar with the slot, like the places in which data might be entered, and it tracks.
Yeah. I trust him less than I could throw him since he is a gnome. And I don't want to show him our full navigational history. So it doesn't matter whether or not we have a map to that quadrant. I only need his directions.
Right. Well, there's no way you're getting to that quadrant without him giving you what he said he will provide. And that,
exactly.
And we will cross that bridge when we're all on the ship later, and he hands it over and wants to see your nav deck.
I would like him to assume that we do not, because part of our contract did not stipulate that he needs access to our entire nav deck.
Okay. Well, do you want to have that conversation now or later?
Fuck it, I'll have that conversation now. He's not seeing our black book.
I'm standing up next to her. What's going on here?
All right.
I feel like he really doesn't need that information.
I still have my little helm on. I'm looking really
Intimidation or persuasion?
I'll do persuasion.
All right. I'm assuming everybody's helping with that?
I'm going to try to... Oh, persuasion? Yes.
Maudit, does Maudit have a symbiote?
Maudit does not have a symbiote.
Right. Okay. So yes, you can roll with advantage because symbiotes are disadvantaged for persuasion.
Or advantage for intimidation.
I got a
25 with advantage. You managed to persuade him that he does not need to see your little black book of nav data.
That's right.
Yeah. You hire pirates, you get pirate level security.
For pirates?
We are now, bitch.
Woo.
No pirates here.
Okay, but like, do we actually need to go get a nav deck now, or?
I think we kind of knew.
Okay.
I mean, I think there's one here. I think we just don't know where it
Bjorn
is.
sort of after Flip excitedly and hurriedly runs out of the bazaar. Bjorn sort of pokes his head around the corner and says, "So I take it you guys don't actually have one, right?"
No. You have one?
Didn't one come with the ship?
There's got to be one here somewhere, right?
I have one. I can't find it.
Where's the guys that we forget it came with our ship?
So they're on the ship right now, but you remember that you hauled ass out of there dangerously, and you basically jumped to hyperspeed without knowing where you were going.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you ended up here.
Yeah, where's the glove compartment? Everybody keeps their map in the glove compartment.
I will tell you right now, there is no nav deck on the ship.
Ah, fuck.
What if like the person that was like navigating the ship beforehand always kept it on them, and we abandoned them at Strixhaven, so now that's gone.
I mean, you can.
It might have been stolen.
It feels like someone took like the cigarette lighter out of the thing when they sold the car. Like that seems like a real dick move. Or like the front
The
of
nav
the
DVD or whatever.
compartment.
Right?
Like the front of the door to the glove compartment or something.
But also,
come
when
on.
you think about it, if there are whole, these aren't planets, whatever we would call these, orbs, if there are whole orbs where, this one's filled with teenagers who can't protect themselves for shit, and this one's a whole planet full of creatures whose bodies are theoretically the most perfect fuel source in existence, maybe you don't want their physical location written down where people can see it just lying around. I would understand carrying it with you. That's why I was also bullshitting this guy to be like, no, you don't get to look at it, because no, you wouldn't get to look at our history of where we've been, because that's our secret spaces.
Yep, and those of you with symbiotes are emotionally, you get the sense that the idea that this information would be available to anyone is dangerous. That for much of the same reasoning that Maudit is giving you, knowing the location of anything is valuable. Knowledge is power, that sort of thing. That's what you're getting from the symbiotes right now. And they certainly don't want the Xerixian Empire to know where their homeworld is.
Yeah.
That's the fear, right? The fear that you get from them on an emotional level is, fuck, we can't let the Xerixians know where our homeworld is.
So, I guess, I don't know. Nav decks are for sissies and we don't need one? Would that work?
That is the exact wrong thing that you took from that entire conversation.
I feel like it's more like it's a little black book, but you have to keep it on your person.
It's literally like jumping to hyperspace, not knowing what direction you're pointed in. You could end up in the middle of a planet, in the middle of a black hole, right? You need something to...
I'm not necessarily seeing a problem here, because that could be, that could be exciting.
Yes.
You will never be in charge of...
No, never.
Navigating.
Never.
Gotcha.
I mean, I did show up at Strixhaven and had no idea how I got there.
Oh yeah, no, you were absolutely never gonna be in charge of navigating.
I'm gonna flip over to our navigator with her hand up.
So where do we find a nav book, pack, nav deck?
I don't have any pages, but I have... Hold on. He rummages behind the counter. He's like, just because you guys are such good customers, he hands you what looks to be a folio with nothing in it, but it looks like it will hold nav deck data.
Ooh.
So we can pretend we have a nav deck.
Well, now we actually have one, but it's just we have to pretend it's full of things.
Yeah.
And-
We just like make up things.
Can we just let's go through our bags and like just put something in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we just fill it with all the places we would like other people to think that we went.
I am going to charge Myriad / Hiccup with you, madame, are responsible for keeping track of the systems that you have maps to. Right now, you have maps to nothing.
Okay.
So what you're needing to do here is to find nav deck data to fill that book up to take you to other systems. Or you could jump blind and hope you don't end up in the middle of a star.
Does somebody else have a nav deck that we can borrow for a while?
Well, we're going to a shipwrecked spelljamming ship. We can look for their nav deck.
Perfect.
I can pickpocket, I think. Seth, aren't I kind of a pretty good pickpocket? Can't I pretty much steal
You are
shit?
a very good pickpocket. So is Aurora.
Okay.
You are better.
Is there anybody that has one nearby that seems right for stealing?
When you arrived, there were maybe 3 or 4 other spelljamming vessels docked. 2 or 3 of them, there were maybe only 1 other venturing ship. The other 2 or 3 looked like they were military vessels, perhaps the fleet of the planet, right? Mm-hmm. So what you are gathering here is that perhaps there are 4 nav decks with data in them on the planet. And by planet, I mean on the planet or encircling the planet. So these are not easy to come by. The data in them are not easy to come by.
Mm-hmm.
This is the DM saying, "Caca! These are quest items."
Let's go prepare a ship.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we take our little bio break and we will take off for the dead god when we come back.
Yeah.
Dead gods, balls.
That's so realistic.
The dead god's balls.
Oh my god. I love you guys.
Gross.
And intermission. And one of them will, as a favor to Dragomir, teleport you to and from Saltmarsh should you wish to go.
And if you twerk, we twerk, they twerk.
Could
We
not
all
have
twerk.
said it better. Is that Proverbs? Or like, do you want to cite?
That's
I think
Pogo
it's the
Sticks
Bible
book 2.
verse.
And he probably has his badge on still, like, you know.
It's a Chippendales sheriff dance.
Yes.
Well, you could just use the bag to badge to like cover the naughty stuff.
It's glasses, loincloth, badges foreign.
I don't know how big this badge is, but I think that's a tall order.
I feel like Tenzin should have a really big badge.
Such a big badge.
Welcome to our shit show, friends.
There's some S&M chaff, so I yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm like,
all kinds, baby.
wow. Okay. Cool.
Present
So
day.
saying assless is just redundant.
Yeah, but the saying assless, you wanna emphasize the fact that you're all cheeked up on a Tuesday when you're wearing them.
I'm trying to watch our Twitch stream, but I just kept seeing this ass is really bomb looking. Did I say it wrong? Our tit stream, our
A little
Twitch
bit,
stream.
maybe.
You know what? When it comes to me, this is the exception. So like, get on my level. Second of all I keep seeing is this bomb ass chicken sandwich ad that looks so good, and I want to eat it.
The magic lube is made in the swamp, and it's normally like pure and holy or whatever, but occasionally when somebody gets murdered in there, it turns evil.
Is it sticky?
It's probably sticky.
I mean, it's a little bit sticky. It came from a kid.
Jam hands, man. I'm not. Look, I want to look at the book, but I don't want to touch it until we can wipe off the
I'm
Most
gonna
likely
press
jam.
digitize the jam and stickies off of it.
But it is gorgeous. It's one of the most beautiful and moving things you've ever seen. Most people don't get to see a drow civilization.
Well, that's beautiful and fascinating, but also kind of dangerous. Anybody else want to take a look before we start doing the dynamite thing?
Can I stealth myself as well? Can I roll stealth? Just because why not?
Well, I mean, you gotta do something. You can't just, hey, I'm stealthy, right? What are you trying to do stealthily?
Just be super hot and stealthy. Like I want everybody to see how hot and stealthy I am. It's so stealthy of me.
She keeps saying they're looking for a magic cock.
She's already got Eric. I don't know what she's looking for. Like, babe, fucking come dance with who you came with.
Dee Dee, are you hearing that correctly too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're saying cock. I want to say they mean conch, but I'm really not. I hope they mean conch, but like also they mean cock.
I mean,
that's fine too.
I mean, to each their own, sure. But I guess they're looking for a magic one?
Oh, it's definitely got to be magic. You know, why look for one if it's not... I mean, either way, if it's a cock or a conch, why look for one if it's not magic that is...
Chat about how we can simultaneously take her out and convince Dryland to go into a back room with us for a private business meeting, which may or may not result in him tied up to a chair.
It sounds I'm gonna give him a lap dance.
That might be ultimately the plan, yes.
We've had experiences where some of our clientele have gotten a little bit too handsy. So we've actually introduced a little bit of a fun experience where you surrender yourself to the Dragonborn and the Dragonborn surrenders something to you. So I'm going to just very gently, it's just playful. I'm just gonna just hold your wrists and your ankles down. You can tap out. The safe word is Neverwinter, but it's just a little bit of a fun thing.
I'm really sad the butthole collapsed. Never good when the butthole collapses.
Do they have
Alright.
little chaps on?
No, they are not precious. You get the squirrel now. They have little chaps
I
on.
don't even know if they have asses.
I,
Probably Klaka of some kind.
Asses are relative.
your magical physiologies professor could tell you.
We will ask.
Here?
Do pests have butts?
Yeah, but where does the poop come from?
I mean, it's got a something. Does it have enough of a cheek for it to be considered an ass? The cheek makes the ass.
I don't have an answer. I mean, you could dissect one, I guess.
Perhaps they're not all cheeked up on a Tuesday.
Oh gosh, this little dude is Volo, and he wants to talk to you. You got some time?
Hi, Bolo. You need some dicks?
Like, I'm really ready for a meet cute with a romanticore. I feel like I've earned it.
Oh boy. Ranza will kind of lean over to Dee Dee and say, we have a group of manticores up ahead.
Oh yeah, I think the ranger wants to fuck one of them.
Not one. I mean, not anyone. Not just anyone.
Not one, all of them. Got it.
Like, I'm effing.
Piranha starts swaying, getting into it, just sort of
Twerking?
swaying with the music too.
Twerking.
Gently twerking, like not like hardcore twerking, not like trying to earn some extra platinum twerking, but
Gently
like
twerking.
just gentle twerking, just sort of like I'm feeling your vibe twerking.
I love you guys.
Oh my god.
I can take them if I can be potion bitch.
Yeah. I feel like you've kind of needed the potions the most so far. So yeah, that's a good idea.
Cause it's my fault if they don't finish.
It's always your fault. Everything is your fault.
It's always the man's fault if women don't finish stuff.
She has a point.
You know, she does have a point. I will. I'm not going to fight that one because I there's no way for me to win that one.
Nope. You're a little bit outnumbered.
So in a flash of teleportation light, and there is no twerking unless you want there to be.
No. I'm twerking. Don't tell me I can't twerk. I'm just going to twerk if she wants to.
You can leave your cares behind because if your friends don't twerk.
Is there like Doctor Who noises as she twerks through the universe?
Jesus.
Hey,
funny.
At least you don't hear the sucking sound of the dark between the stars.
Oh my god, no.
I am glad you made it out of that without mentioning the sucking sound of the dark between the stars.
And occasionally creates a sucking whisper. What is it? Milky moist whispers? I don't remember.
You made it worse. How did you make it worse?
Because I said moist. That made it worse.
And milky. Milky. Let's not overlook milky, please.
I think, is it milky actually in there?
They are milky white tentacles. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Rather you didn't.
Lots of D words.
All the
Dazzling
words.
Dee Dee.
Dazzling
Oh,
Dee Dee.
dear God.
That's her Vegas name.
Dump truck Dee Dee.
She got that dump truck.
She got that dumpy.
Yep.
She got a thick for a goblin.
You actually managed to convince the captain of this boat, Lord Dryland, to engage in some BDSM with your party.
Hoes make the world go round, baby. Oh.
Oh my god.
Right, but is Melitus? You're in the city of Melitus, right?
Sure. Sure. Whatever you say, DM.
Yeah. I don't want people to go back. All right, we are back from our fun little bio break. Balls.
Oh. And thanks for the raid, Corey.
Sorry we missed it. I was in the house using the little boys' room and preparing a lovely glass of bourbon and sweet vermouth in Outer Worlds of Manhattan.
Yummy.
Oh, that's so fucking good. All right, lovely. Where were we, friends?
Trying to figure out where we could steal a nav deck and some data from, and I guess it's just gonna be a part of our mission.
Yep, we're just gonna have to pilfer it from the ship.
I mean, we're pretty good at winging things. I'm sure we can figure this out as we go.
We're not gonna get lost in the ever-expanding abyss of space or anything.
Lost in space. And if we do, we'll figure it out.
Yup. I hope we will not need the ship-to-ship combat PDF, but have it handy just in case.
Ooh, yeah. Do I still have that open? I don't.
It's okay. We can talk about that a little later if we need to.
Does start no shit won't be no shit. That's my thoughts on intergalactic peace.
Is that Pepsi's novel on intergalactic negotiations? Don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Yeah.
Got it.
Are we before we leave this, I'm just gonna keep calling them orbs. Before we leave this orb, I would like to purchase a Pearl of Power and research the Cloak of Protection.
You got it. Write it down, write it down and remind me. It is your job to remind me.
Okie dokie.
I will remember.
I already forgot what I bought.
Wait, the Cloak of Protection. Can I wear a cloak?
I believe you've already got a Cloak of Protection. You've got the Golden Fleece from Theros.
Oh, I have the fleece cloak. That is true.
Yep.
Oh my god. My dog is trying to make me not safe for Twitch.
Aww. That's a different kind of stream.
It sounded like a, I don't know, like a dating coach. I want the helmet of comprehend languages. I think that would come in very helpful.
Yeah, I think somebody in our party should probably have that.
And Pepsi is really going all in on this Greek thing. Like, I'm just picturing her with one of those Greek helmets and the golden fleece over her shoulder.
Yes, she is going all in on the Greek.
I
I do have comprehend languages as a ritual, so I can cast it at any time if you want something else.
Ooh, like what's this javelin of lightning? That looks fun. Would that be a
that's what
Pepsi
Bola
thing?
has.
Yep. In another game. Javelin of Lightning is definitely fun.
That
What
looks like a
about
fun
water
thing.
I'll tell
be
you what.
honest, I had a water-breathing character the entire last game, and I had to force a way to use it.
Yeah, it was rough. We were on a ship for a while, and actually you did use it those 3 games that we were on the ship.
I stuck my head into a fish tank.
That was actually super useful that time. And remember when we were on the not a pirate ship, you were actually able to dive down and look at what happened below, and nobody else was.
That is true.
God, why do I remember that? And I can't remember the fucking name of the magic shop owner. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe in space, like, water breathing's not important. I don't know.
If you guys want to still think about that,
There is another item that I was looking at, which is my saving up for item, which is the necklace of adaptation, which you can breathe normally in any environment. So that's even better than water breathing, in my
it's
opinion.
sort of like having a space helmet.
It's like having a space helmet, and you know what it also does? It kind of gives you poison resistance.
Oh, hey.
If the poisons are specifically inhaled poison.
What is that called again?
The necklace of adaptation.
Oh, okay. I was looking at a different one. Different necklace. Necklace of fireballs. I feel like I don't need that.
Right.
Because I like the necklace of adaptation, but I have a lot of items attuned to me. Because I have the stupid spell, the Wither Bloom primer, and I don't want to get rid of that currently.
Yep. I am going to move us along a little bit. If you guys are still looking at the magic stuff, I will let you add it to your character sheet anytime between now and our first encounter tonight. If you still want to do that.
I will remove the money for the Pearl of Power, but I will not remove the money for the cloak until I have finished my research.
Cool.
Does that sound good?
Yep. I am going to say that you go back to the bar where you are staying. Sithis is there. He lets you know that it will only be another 2 or 3 days before he has completed his first round of you ready? I remember now. They're trilithium crystals that run your ship. Not trilithium.
Because they're one whole lithium better.
They're 1 lithium better. But this one goes to try. Anyway. Yeah. So in a couple of days, planet side, he will have the crystals ready to power your ship as payment for helping him free his mind from the dragon.
Yeah!
Flip is also there, and it turns out Flip and Sithis know one another.
Are they in the Guild of Merchants? Is this my inn?
If you would like to ask them, they say, yeah, we are. What you want to join the guild? I mean, aren't you leaving the planet eventually?
I mean, isn't this the universe's largest bazaar?
Yeah, but you don't have to join. You just have to do business through me or Sithis, and we just take a very small, modest fee.
What's a small, modest fee?
What are you moving?
Treats.
What do these treats do?
They heal you. Emotionally.
They look at one another and they say, let's see if they do drug business. They do not, but they will point you to someone who will help you. And if you'd like, we'll set up the conversation for when you come back.
Yeah! I just want to get that cash flow going.
All right. They said, do you have any samples?
Always. And I give them an individual treat.
To
split amongst themselves.
All right. At this point, they take you back to the Flip Says, are we ready? Are you guys ready to go? Have you gotten your crew together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we
guess
need
so.
to get someone else together? Gotten our crew together. Were we supposed to find someone else?
I mean, we keep forgetting about the boys.
Yeah,
They're
there
on
are.
the ship.
Yeah, there's like 5 other people that came with you from Strixhaven. They're up on the ship, living on the ship right now.
They're mostly just there to swab the poop deck.
Well,
I totally
functionally,
forgot about them.
yeah, functionally, as we keep going, they're your crew, right? They're going to act as your crew.
Okay.
Because you can't run a ship with 6 people.
Oddly enough, you probably could, but it would be funny to watch whoever is going to be the gunner run back and forth between the ballista. So, that said, you go back to the platform, the pavilion where you arrived. There is a teleportation on the circle. It is obviously a teleportation circle that will take you back to the orbital platform. Flip looks
So they
around and
have
says, all right, we're ready.
So they have some weird ass, like, bucket of doom to nowhere to get down, but they have a teleportation circle to get back up.
Oh, that's for the people who haven't been tested yet. Like if your genetics matches the Xerixians or something weird, you just get shunted off into space. It's a teleportation circle from now on.
You get shunted into space.
I mean,
But well, I mean, lots of we've had spies before, polymorphed as other things.
it doesn't really catch people whose morals are aligned with the Xerixians, though, now does it?
No, it certainly doesn't, but it usually acts as a pretty big deterrent. So, you're right. There's holes in the system. Ain't my system.
Okay, well, let's go.
All
Yeah.
right. You step into the circle, and in a flash of blue-white light, you are back on the deck of the Moist Pleasure Barge.
The
How
moistness is from the bog.
You named it, not me. Actually, I think Senzan named it. So, the rest of the crew is there. They are anxious to hear about what's been going on. Senzan, obviously, since she's not playing tonight, has been filling them in on what's happened in the mine and whatnot. But they want to know, hey, who's the gnome?
This is Flip.
He's our client. Kill him if he attempts to kill you.
Flip just looks at you and says, okay. And he walks around
That's
introducing
just
himself to everyone.
general good life advice, Flip. If someone tries to kill you, you try to kill them right back. It's nothing
says, yeah.
personal, Flip.
Yeah, that's
No quarter.
all right. We
I
ready to
still have the
go?
helm on.
You put it on 2 days ago and you haven't
Just
taken
taken
it off
yet.
No, it's part of my personality now.
Flip reaches into his back pocket and he pulls out a square of adamant, or it's about this big. That's what it looks like. It's about that wide. Oddly enough, it looks like a double deck box, and it's made of adamantine. It's like 3 inches by 6 or 7 inches, and it's got little holes punched in it. And he hands it to Hiccup. Says, all right, here's where we're going. We should get there less than a day.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna go over and figure out how to work it.
All right, I need you to give me an Arcana check. Roll with advantage because Senzan is there and helping you, and you've actually had some, when you were at Strixhaven, you guys were the ones who knew the most, other than the professors, about spell jamming. So, go ahead and give me a roll, Arcana roll with advantage.
Very, very good that I got to roll with advantage because I rolled a 4, but then I rolled a 20, so it's a 27.
All right, it is immediately clear to you where you're supposed to load the nav deck and what you're supposed to do. Now, once you do, the ship,
okay.
Once you do, the ship is going to go. First thing Flip asks is, we have adequate water, air, and food, just in case anything happens, for at least a week?
Do we?
We all turn towards the guy who's been like on the ship while we were walking around
I'm going
on the
to
planet.
say that yes, you do. They've been keeping it stocked. Oh, and I need you all jointly to figure out, you've been here about a week now, so what was it, 25 a day? So I need you to figure out 7 times 25 who is paying for
I
it.
already paid that up front.
Okay. I will trust that. I will trust that you did.
Remember, I was upset about having to pay for that.
Docking fee. Docking fee.
But can't I bard my way out of that?
You could probably bard your way into getting a discount, but I mean, government requirements.
Can I, pretty please? Pretty please.
Well, since you've already paid in advance, you could try that when you come back for the docking fee.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do before you go, or are we loading in the nav deck and bamfing off into space?
Bam!
I'm ready to bamf. You guys ready to bamf?
Bamf.
All right.
Bamf.
I'm gonna say bamf, and I'm gonna shove it in there.
You're gonna shove it in there. Nothing happens, and then you realize, oh, you need to stick your hands in the biogel and stand in the dais.
I'm gonna go shove my hands in the goop.
All right. You shove your hands in the goop, and inside, none of the rest of you see this, but inside your helmet, the universe expands. And you can literally see stars and galaxies, and a lot of it is, obviously, this isn't real because I can't navigate to it, but you can tell exactly how to get from where you are right now to wherever the nav deck is. Right? Your DC is at 13.
Follow the bouncing ball.
It's more like, you know, when you see in a sci-fi movie, they pull up the 3D nav thing and the big planet and the big circle. That's what she's seeing inside the helmet.
I'm imagining like Mass Effect.
Very much like that. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna just, never mind. I'm not gonna call you that name.
What?
How you doing, Cortana?
Anyway, what am I rolling?
You are rolling either Arcana. Oh, there's no science check. Yeah, it's Arcana. And your DC's at 13 because you have a nav deck.
24.
The rest of you get that queasy feeling in the pit of your stomach. You look outside. The planet immediately fades away in the background. The stars are rushing by. And you are traveling at hyperspeed. You don't know how fast it is, where you are. It's you have the sense that if you were to jump off the ship, you would be gone forever, period. You're just, it's not physical space, it's not ether space, it's something in between. Do not ever leave the ship while it's traveling.
As we launch into hyperspeed, you just hear Hiccup go, wee! And then it just like fades out as we warp.
Whee! And it's only about a half an hour later. Hiccup is utterly sucked into navigating the ship. Everything stops. And you're simply drifting. And as you look out the port windows, yep, you see off in the distance this shape. It is incredibly far away and incredibly huge. And it looks like a humanoid body floating in space. And as you get closer and closer, this humanoid creature is rotting. And it is miles and miles long. Flip looks out the window next to you and says, well, there it is. That's the dead god. I think over by the ear, the right ear, is the ship we're looking for.
That's
Hiccup.
just like a normal thing, or?
Well, I mean, I don't know what it is. It's probably a god. I mean, it's dead, definitely.
How long has it been there?
Forever? Since before forever?
How did it like partially rot and stay suspended in a partially rotten stage.
Especially in the vacuum of whatever the fuck we're in.
Yeah.
So as you're flying towards it, you look down, and there are what look like pockets of air around it. And you give me a perception check.
All of us, or
Anyone who's looking out the window.
can I look out the window, or am I still?
You are sensing out the window. You could absolutely
It's always
look.
perception and
I
never
don't
just
22.
like, oh, I don't know. It's never insight.
There are things living on it. Wriggling things in those pockets of air.
Space maggots!
Ew.
For those of you who are scientifically inclined, it actually has its own gravity and it attracts its own atmosphere.
That's what I figured.
I'm sorry, I need like a scope of like how big it is compared to like the ship.
Is there like a picture?
No, there is not. Just picture a literal human body dozens of miles long. It's bigger than what this thing is bigger than what the city of Waterdeep. It is bigger than the Strixhaven University.
Okay.
Wow.
And it's got air pockets around it and slimy, wriggly things living in the air pockets.
That's what it looks like. And as
like
you approach, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is it like something that like we wouldn't even know that it like looks like a human body unless we saw it from like far away?
Which you did when you dropped out of hyperspace. Right. If you were very close, it would just look like a rotten asteroid that looked like it was made out of biogenetic material.
So is it actually a big dead person, or is it like Italy's boot where it's just shaped like a big dead person?
That's a good question.
Well, I mean, Italy isn't...
Give me a nature check.
I would argue that Italy isn't physically rotting at any given point. So for it to be large enough to have its own gravitational field that has developed its own atmosphere, but then also be in a state of decomposition, then it must be made out of some sort of
Is that Maud
bioorganic
or Clover
material.
B?
Yeah, I would say both.
All right, give me nature checks for those who are looking for this stuff.
So I would assume it is some sort of formerly alive creature.
It looks like it was at one point a living thing. Maudie, you have no fucking clue what it is.
I got no clue.
But Darius is like,
17, but like seriously though, I mean, if it's dead and it has no working immune system, like at what point did all of its, gut bacteria or whatever just randomly decide to stop using its food source and just stay there? It just
I'm gonna point out the woman who is playing a half demon magic using character is asking me this question.
Who said it had gut bacteria?
Or whatever, something had to rot it, right?
I mean, if it died in the vacuum of space, and then it was large enough to generate its own, atmosphere, the atmosphere could have been contaminated by visitors with a foreign microbiome.
What if it was here before space?
So it was here before, and then maybe that's just some sort of contaminant. But still, why is it just that it's so big that whatever it is, it hasn't not digested, decomposed the body all the way? Because this makes no sense.
I'm flying towards the ear, by the way.
Okay. As you get closer to the ear, you actually start to see a whole bunch of debris, like there was a battle here at some point.
Aw, they battled right next to his ear. That's fucked up.
Guys.
There are nautiloids, pieces of nautiloids here. If you remember the mechanical ships that the Xerixians use. There's wooden debris here. They look like the ship that you are piloting. And there are some metal debris here. You've never seen anything, you've never seen a spell jamming vessel made out of metal before. And as you get closer and closer to the ear, a mostly destroyed nautiloid comes into view. And as you get very close to it, you see that there is a name on the side, and it is the Lucent Edict.
Is that what we're looking for?
It is written in, hold on, let me make sure. Does anyone speak Elven or Drow?
I speak Sylvan. Is that Elven?
Don't believe
No.
so. No, I do not speak Elven.
Sylvan is Fae.
My god in the machine, Aurora, who is actually half Drow.
My god in the machine.
My god in the machine, who is Aurora, actually tells you it's written in some weird dialect of Drow, Elven, and it says the Lucent Edict on the side.
Does Dick it?
The what?
You said Dick.
Lucent Edict.
Edict,
Yeah,
is,
edict.
is different than Dick, Hiccup. We will have this whole conversation later.
For those of you who don't have a
disagree.
Hey, I guess we should cut her some slack. Her school did burn down.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'm still going. I'm still in mourning.
Aw.
I will
Let me
make
grieve the way I grieve.
I will make an edict on dicks and eating dicks.
Is this the vessel we're looking for?
It is.
Yeah.
And Flip says, "All right, let's get ready to board."
Wait, did
If I remember,
Did
he
we
just wants the vessel, and we get every fucking thing in it.
He didn't tell you what he wants on the vessel.
yeah, like why do you want this thing? What's on it that's so important?
I don't know, but he was vague when we wrote the contract, so sucks to
Exactly.
be him.
What I am looking for on this vessel, and he's very clear at this point, what I am looking for is a very small adamantine chest. Everything else is yours.
What's in the chest?
What's in the
That's-
box? What's in the
Well,
box?
Sorry.
if you find it, we'll definitely give it to you.
It's in the flask.
Well, I'll be coming with you, so hopefully we'll find it very quickly. Who's coming?
All of us.
All right.
Yeah, believe the boys.
We're a
Uh,
team.
Stinky.
And I guess it is time to flip over to the map scene. And let me turn off Star Souls thing here.
Oh
There we
yeah,
go.
I'm never there.
Somebody should join on time, shouldn't they?
Yeah, perhaps.
One day.
Hey, I made
Yep.
it like 1 or 2 minutes early today.
All right. The nautiloid, you can see if you go down a little bit. That's what it looks like from the side.
Okay, I shit you not, all I see right now is a super giant close-up of a chicken nugget. And it actually took me a moment to realize that that was not what I was supposed to be looking at. It was an ad, and it was just like this really intense close-up of a chicken nugget, and I was like, why does the ship look like that?
That's not right.
You approach it straight on the same gravity plane. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
And very, very slowly, Hiccup, you realize you could just touch nose to nose. You could touch
That's tips.
bow to bow.
That's tips.
Yes, you could touch tips.
It's inappropriate.
You said it,
sir.
not me.
We have now touch tips. I announce.
Why does it have a little
I was literally gonna make that noise.
So remember, it's a nautiloid, so those are actual tentacles you're walking across to get up onto the ship.
Oh, that's actually horrifying.
Isn't it?
Icky.
Yeah.
All right, so you're walking up onto the ship, and you can. I will put a little.
What?
I'm just gonna put a
which-
little symbol here. Right, that'll be your party symbol. So
Yeah.
there you go, that little thing. There's your party symbol. You make it across the tentacles, which are creepy as shit,
Yup.
right there. And you can make it onto the second floor here, or you can actually. There's no doors, so you're gonna have to climb up onto this area right here to get into the ship. I'm assuming that's what you're doing.
Yeah, while we're doing that, I'm gonna pop off a mage armor.
That sounds like a lovely idea. That's going to be this middle section right here. So here you all are. Go ahead, put yourselves somewhere around where Maudit and Aurora are.
I need to fix my tabs because I
I'm gonna
have
say
Owlbear
since-
Rodeo on the wrong side.
I'm going to say Sinzan stayed home. 'Cause I
She
don't
could be
wanna-
with the crew again.
Yeah, I don't want to run the character tonight.
She's our, what is it, our baby monitor on the ship.
She's the baby monitor on the ship. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you what you see. The Nautiloid ship drifted closer. You made your way onto it, and it is indeed derelict, right? You would know. You would absolutely know if there were any mind flayers or space drow left aboard. It is broken in several spots. The oxygen field seems to be intact. You haven't had any problems so far. So tell me what you want to do.
Is this there's no way to ping on this.
You could just draw. I don't care.
Is this a little room?
So you are in a very large empty space right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Is this a door?
That's a door. I need you guys to... I'm not going to do the fog of war because it's a pain in my ass. So just assume that you don't know what's behind those doors. I trust you guys.
I'm just trying to figure out,
This is a huge room. I'll tell you exactly. Here, I'll read you the description of the room.
Does it look like it leads to a closet or a pantry, or does it look like it leads to, somebody's bedroom?
It could be either for all you know right now. So, the room you're in, I will describe to you. It is a huge, huge area. This is a big cargo hold. And as you enter the room, it smells like a slaughterhouse. There's bodies strewn around the deck. The floor is stained with blood, and most of the bodies appear to be human, but one is an arachnid form with an eel-like neck and a head, and it all lies motionless in front of you.
Wow, that's a lot of dead humans and dead eel arachnid. Eel arachnid.
Maybe the eel arachnid did this, so yay that's dead.
I'm not gonna say yay for anything being dead just yet.
It's a cargo hold.
It's not us.
Are there boxes of cargo?
There are.
So the vessel hasn't been ransacked or anything.
Doesn't look like it. Does not look like it. Go ahead, Maudit.
I would love to know what cargo they were shipping.
All right. Thanks for the follow. Tell me exactly what you're doing.
I hate those words.
There's still a whole bunch of human corpses and a big arachnid eel corpse on the floor.
Sir, I am from Witherbloom. Death is yet another phase of the circle of life. Describe the boxes that the cargo within. Are we talking about very sealed crates? Are we talking about kind of shitty crates with gaps in them?
Shitty crates with gaps in them, and if you are moving closer, you realize that most of the cargo is food and water.
Oh, food and water is always good, but food and water is boring. So I would like to pick out the person with the fanciest clothes and look at his pockets.
All right. You start looking through the corpses. There are 11 human corpses, and all in all, you manage to find 23 gold pieces. And a ring with what looks to be a ruby in it.
Woo, fun.
What does the dotted line signify?
The dotted line? Yeah. Oh, that's open to the deck above.
Oh, okay.
Everyone, give me a perception check.
Hold on. He said, bringing with Ruby.
7.
Nat
That was
20.
It was a 1, really.
My character sheet just crashed.
Oh no.
I burned a nat 20 on a perception check. So, let me perceive the fuck out of it.
You did all right. Pepsi stops
16.
as she's as you're all walking around looking in the crates and the bodies. Pepsi stops and shudders and turns to the rest of you and points out 2 crates stocked with pickled human brains floating in brine like food.
Fine players. Flip, are you sure this is the right vessel?
Oh, now I'm definitely sure. This was piloted by Xerixians.
So what do you want from a Xerixian ship? I mean, I guess it's whatever's in the chest.
Yeah.
What's in the chest?
Now is not the time to talk about that. Let's move on.
Now is exactly the time to talk about that.
The time to talk about that was like before we got here, and
Yeah.
you wasted that time. So here we are now, and this is the new time to talk about it.
Are you really? You want to have this conversation in the middle of a Xerixian ship?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
We've
asking you
had
the question.
conversations in worse places than this.
Sassy agrees.
I am not at liberty to tell you. Suffice it to say, it is for the greater good.
And who is the greater?
So this
Yep.
isn't for you, this is for somebody else?
Correct. This is for the Archduke.
Who the fuck is the Archduke?
What's an archduke to a god like myself?
I'm not at liberty to tell you. I can't.
Why not?
State secrets.
I'm gonna go look in this door.
All right. You're opening the door.
Follow Hiccup.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Hiccup, but also I have personally decided that this person now has a significantly lower chance of surviving this encounter.
Yeah. Flip might have to flop.
Oh my lord.
Hey, the contract did not specify that he would survive this ordeal.
I completely trust Muddy to write up
I
a
didn't
very
read the
tight contract.
I didn't read it, y'all.
I just signed.
All right. There is more. You open the door, and inside there is more food lining the shelves.
Like
more
There-
food or
brain
more brains
food
in a
or
goddamn
real-
jar.
Yep.
Seth.
It's exactly what you find.
So what?
There are
why
also a
the
set of
brain?
stairs that lead up to the battle prow.
I want to go up to the battle prow,
All right.
but
show me-
Erica's going ahead of me.
All right. Tell me.
I
Just
mean, I just
move your
wanna go
characters around.
somewhere
Show me where
with-
you're going. Aurora's just gonna hang out in the middle with everybody.
There's 2 sets of stairs, so I don't know which one goes up.
So look at the.
Wait,
look at.
oh, is this the battle prow?
Yes. There you go.
Okay, that's not what I'm interested in. Okay.
Yep.
I want to go to like the main deck.
If you want to go up to the main deck,
Yeah.
those stairs behind you go up to the main deck.
Gotcha.
I just want to
big
check out
stairs.
these rooms really quick.
All right.
If there's anything of note.
Stop where everyone is right now. Hiccup opens that back door. Let me see if
Well, I was
there's.
actually here.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Erica doesn't go anywhere further than 100 feet from me.
Inky is here. I don't know where she is.
Hiccup, you have not opened that door yet because it is sealed and fastened shut with ropes and steel hooks and nails. And scratched into the door is a
Don't open dead inside.
note in Drow, and Aurora translates that says, "Death inside."
Don't open dead inside. Dead open inside.
What do we do? We just leave it? We leave it?
Open it.
Boy, it's kind of dead outside too. Is that the thing causing the dead?
Maybe we should circle back.
As
feel
you are
we should
standing,
circle back.
as you're standing in front of the door, you hear a voice call out in common, "Help! Help me! Let me out!"
It's a trick. It's a trap.
I don't think we're gonna do that. I mean, you're in there right now. We'll come back. Okay, bye. And I'm gonna
Help!
leave.
Help! My name's Jasper. I was trapped in here by the mind flayers.
Hi, Jasper. We'll be back for you. Just stay put, okay? Bye.
And you just hear him yelling for help as you walk away.
Damn, dude. That sucks for Jasper.
Right,
like a raw deal.
Sucks for you, Jasper. We'll make sure to unlock the door as we leave.
All right, tell me where you're going.
I mean, there's.
Wait, but who wrote that on the door?
I mean, it was written in that dialect of Drow that Aurora is telling you she's not familiar with, but she can translate it.
I mean, how do we know that Jasper is a bad guy?
Yeah, did Jasper just not heed the note?
I mean, I don't know how I mean, somehow Jasper got locked in that room.
Did Jasper
Aurora did
like
not
fall
write it.
asleep in there and just get locked in there? Like maybe he's just not, you know.
Y'all, this is how you get bit by a zombie.
A space zombie.
Yeah.
All right, well, show me where you're going.
Up the stairs.
All right, pull your. Aurora will come along with you. You're going up the stairs, so move yourselves up here. There, wherever I moved Theros by accident.
Yeah.
Yep. And let me find where that is on the map. All right. Let me make sure that I have the right thing up. There's another deck above that. So there you are. You arrive, you climb up the stairs. There is a catapult in front of you to the west. And I will describe this to you. This is 79. All right. This is just, there's nothing here. There's splintered remains of that catapult is splintered and broken.
Who the hell gets into a space battle with a catapult? No wonder they're all dead.
Yeah, get a trebuchet, you freaking plebes.
You have ballista on your ship, so you have big, huge, like 10-foot wide crossbows. You also note, though, you guys are not. You're perceptive. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. You see that this thing was hit by lightning bolts, fireballs, who knows what else. There was certainly part of the battle was magical in nature.
So this,
like, don't take a spoon to a knife fight.
This is a catapult. Is there anything else in the room? Is this where the navigation helm is?
So it looks like the nav helm is top right. So you're gonna have to keep going up past the battle deck.
Is it the one that looks like a dick?
If you look at the map here, I will show you on the map.
Oh, is it that
it's
one?
The dick.
Is it the penis with the piercing?
Is it the
It's
dick?
the penis with the pierce. It's this thing up here. It's literally going to be the top deck.
Oh my god. Well, that's where I want to go, Seth.
All right. Well, go to the next deck then.
Just slowly
Is there a nav
trundling up the stairs.
All right. Hold tight.
With
I
Miller.
might need something going on right there. And let me look real quick. It would be 4. Give me a perception check to see if we have surprise, and then we will be in combat.
Oh man.
I'm gonna fuck these things up.
16.
11.
11.
Who got the 16?
I did.
All right. Yeah, they're not going to surprise you. Let me run the encounter. And I would like everyone to roll initiative, please. And I will tell you what you see.
I can't be surprised.
Oh god, I'm struggling
can't?
today. Got a 7.
I got a nat
14.
20. I wasted a nat 20 on fucking initiative.
No,
Bad
that's good.
perception.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Hiccup
All right.
is still in here as Tony Hawk.
Oh. So there
I'm
are.
Hiccup, aka Tony Hawk, aka Hickman.
There are these unbelievably creepy. They look like worms with legs about 10 feet long, and when they rise up on their hind legs, they come crawling out from under the stairs to the top deck. There are several of them, and I need everyone to give me a wisdom saving throw when you see them.
I think you just described a millipede.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
22.
23.
I got a 7, but every time I roll a die, this is gonna sound really dumb. It shoots up in the air and then hits the top of the screen and then
that's
stops and then lands. And so I'm just rolling like the lowest possible numbers constantly.
If Madame would like to use her inspiration for.
I would, because I have like a green dot next to wisdom saving throws, so I should be better at that than a 2.
Yeah. Go ahead and hit it again. I'm gonna tee this up. They come from around the stairs.
That's still fucking garbage. I got a 9.
All right.
Night is a terrible night.
All right. Madame is frightened, and Madame may roll at the end of each of her turns to not be frightened.
I'm afraid of a bug. This is.
I mean, in all
It's ironic.
in all fairness, these things are fucking creepy as shit.
We got a raid.
Hey, hello, Raiders.
Welcome in, guys.
Woohoo! Welcome on in. We are setting up. Our intrepid adventurers are exploring a nautiloid in space, a spelljamming vessel, and they have just encountered some creepy-ass worm people that they've never seen before.
People? They're people?
See,
now I feel bad about the murder that rained down on them.
Don't give them
do you now?
consciousness.
All right. Let's see. Here's what I got. I got Pepsi, Theris, Hiccup, Maudit, Aurora, Senzan. Senzan is not here, so I'm taking her out. So yeah, everybody gets to go before them. They rolled terribly, awfully.
Aha.
I mean, they haven't attacked you yet.
No, they're just gonna die for being creepy.
What do they look like exactly?
All right. I'll find a picture. I'll pull it up here. Hold on. They have They have legs that end in hooves and arms that end in hands with 3 long fingers. They look like worms on legs. Their eyeless heads resembles that of an earthworm, capped by a maw of ringed teeth.
Yeah, we should have bought that necklace of
I would like all of you, by the way, to give me an Arcana check.
I would also like all of you to make sure you don't talk shit about hooves, because hooves are actually really cute sometimes if you
They
keep them
are.
manicured and really adorable, frankly. So, Arcana, did you say?
Yep.
17.
It looks like Hiccup screams from under her mask. They're related to mind flayers. So Hiccup knows that they are in the same genus, phylum, species as mind flayers. So Pepsi is first with a 25 initiative.
Don't let them eat your brains.
Hell no. I want to Eldritch Blast a motherfucker.
Okay. Roll to hit. A, B, C, D, or E?
The one closest to me. A.
Okay. And you got a 24. That is absolutely a hit. Here, hold on. I will pull it up in the stream. Browse. W.
Damn.
Here's what they look like. There you go.
I don't like that. Get that off the screen.
Oh God.
I don't like that. Get that off the screen.
I think it's worse that it's wearing clothes.
Yep.
It's the sixth hooves. The fifth and sixth hooves that really do it for me. They have no business having. They don't belong there.
Why is it hairy?
All right. So which one did you hit, Pepsi?
I hit that motherfucker A.
A. All right. Got it. A for how much? Roll damage. You did
For
8.
8. Yeah.
All right. All right. You heard it. It is now looking directly at you, Pepsi.
Uh-oh.
Good.
All right. Then I've got Theris, Hiccup, Maudit, Aurora.
Well, so, excuse me. I believe I have a second attack.
When you take the attack action.
God damn it. Okay.
Yeah. You can, however, recite some inspiring poetry.
Yes. Who's next up in the order?
Your tank is up next in the order. Perhaps give Theris some inspiration.
Theris.
Alright. I am going to do what Theris does best, and I'm going to run up to creepy hooved worm thing D, and I'm gonna hit it with my scimitar for starters.
All right, I'm gonna put you there because that means A can't move away without an opportunity attack either.
Oh wait, can I do?
Why do you do that to me?
What?
One thing I wanted to check. I hate it when I can't find stuff.
What are you trying to do?
You
I'm
blocked off
trying
my
to
AoE.
find searing.
Theris, would you rather be here because you know what kind of shit Maudit does?
Oh wait, yes. I want to be away from London.
Sir, I'm so used to playing barbarians that I'm like, I will put my character in between everything so it can't get away without an op attack.
I want to go where I'm not going to block Maudit's way. Because I fought with her long enough to know not to do that. And I think I've been hit by her before by not doing that. So.
But what you don't remember, what you don't know right now is that Maudit is afeared and can't attack these things until she gets rid of her fear.
I need you so much.
Alright, how many spell slots do I have?
I don't know. I thought you were just gonna whack it with your sword a couple of times.
Oh, well, I was, but I can do like branding smite and like add, not branding smite, that's not the right one. Is it searing smite? Where I can add to, yeah, that's the one where if I hit it with a melee weapon,
I think you have to cast that before the round before, though, right? Does that say as an action you cast?
Does when you cast a spell using a spell slot, that's just about damage. At the start of
It's an action, so you have to take your action this turn to cast that spell.
Okay, in that case, I don't have time for that, so I'm just gonna
just whack it.
Old-fashioned way. All right. It's like all this new stuff on my character sheet, and now I can't like find anything because it's not where I expect it to be.
That's what happens when you get 6th level.
God damn it! All right.
By the way, Hiccup, Maudit, Aurora are up in that order next. That is a hit with 19.
Okay. So let me do damage. 8.
That's absolutely, yep, you heard it.
And then I get an unarmed strike.
And then you're gonna whack it in the face. Yep.
Oh, that's a 17.
That's absolutely a hit.
Alrighty. Let me roll for damage. That's 11.
Cool. Wow, you did more damage with the unarmed than you did with the scimitar.
I know. I guess my aim wasn't very good.
All right.
And I'm trying to... Yeah, okay. I guess I could burn a key point to smack it again.
Up to you.
How many key points do I have now?
I think you have 3 or 4.
It's like a decent.
Hey, go ahead, hit it. Hit it again.
Yeah, I'll hit it again. Why not? All right, let me go back up here. 26.
That's definitely a hit. Just to be clear, like that's like hitting like when you roll like a 26, you might as like you hit the dragon, right? So don't.
Yeah.
All right, another 7 damage. Cool.
Yeah.
This one looks a little tougher than the others.
Which one?
D. Yep.
Figures.
All right. Hiccup.
I'm gonna move like right here, and that's like a straight line to A and B, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna cast lightning bolt.
All right. The hull is intact right here.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, you might blow a hole into space. Now, literally, there's an air pocket around the ship, but if a ship takes so much damage, the air starts to leak. So you might do some damage to the ship with the lightning bolt, is what I'm saying.
Oh, it's fine. Dexterity save.
You got it.
15.
All right. A and B need to make DC 15 dexterity saves.
Yeah.
All right. A got a 10 and fails, and B got an 11 and fails. All right, what happens?
So they take 8d6 damage.
Ouch.
7.
So Hiccup, still wearing your helm, going, roar, points her finger, and lightning erupts from her finger at A and B. By the way, 33 is the number you don't want to exceed because the hull will start to take damage.
29.
All right.
Wow.
That would be really problematic for everyone.
Yeah.
If that happened.
Now, like I said, it is open to space, right? But if the ship takes enough damage, the field itself the magic field starts to fall apart and air starts to leak.
That doesn't sound great.
Yeah,
Not bad, actually.
A looks to be on death's door, and B doesn't look farther after, but they are both still alive.
Oh, bitches.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Maudit, then Aurora, then them.
Yes. So I can't do anything to make a wisdom save.
Oh, may I move back again?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna scoot right here, thanks.
You are at disadvantage if you attack them. You cannot move towards them. But you can attack, you're at disadvantage. You just can't move to the east, to the western side of the ship.
You realize I don't attack, I cast spells.
Yeah, I know. You can cast a spell, but it would be at disadvantage, so the saves would be at advantage or something.
Oh, okay. Because my save is at the end of my turn.
Yeah.
But Erica goes after me.
Yeah,
Can you still
so
give
if you
Erica
want
an
to...
action?
Absolutely. Erica
Well,
is not afeared.
I want to cast my spells through Erica.
There you go. That sounds like a great idea. And perhaps, yeah. So hopefully you'll get out from under the fear.
Yeah. So, basically, I'm not doing anything, but on Erica's turn, she's going to move, and then I'm going to cast through her.
All right. Well, Erica's up right after you, so
Yeah.
say your turn's over. Erica is doing what?
Erica is moving. That's different. I want to move her. I want to say here. Here looks good.
Okay.
And then she wants to cast Thunderwave at 3rd level.
Nice.
So that is a Constitution save of 16.
All right. And let's see. Hold on. Do I have them in here?
And it's a
Yep.
15-foot cube originating one
Yeah,
face
I'm
from
going to
her.
use an extra Theris as our cube. So where do you want it?
Hitting as many as possible coming out from the front of her.
All right. So I'm going to say you can probably hit all of them but E. If you shift it back, you won't hit A. A is close to death, so I'm assuming you want to do that, so you hit everything but E.
Yeah. Which means
Right.
Erica might have to move slightly forward because it has to originate from Erica.
That's
So,
fine.
If she has to move here.
All right. So A, B, C, and
If
D.
Seth put them in boxes.
Right, if
I-
Seth put them in
here.
boxes, it might be a little bit easier.
There. There you
Yeah,
go.
'cause
Everybody's in a box.
then
Eric,
I
there, we
can
put Eric in a box.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No, I would need to make Erica share a space with Theris, I think.
Yep.
Or no, she would have to go here.
Yeah.
Try that.
Okay. And A, B, C, and D are going to make dex saves.
Constitution.
Con saves. Got it. All right. A. 13.
Fail.
B. 16.
Save.
C. 18.
Save.
D. 16.
Save.
All right. So roll your damage. One of them does not save. The other three do. So A does not save.
Yep, so that is, hold on, let me count how many that is. That is 5d8.
Yeesh.
It's 19 damage.
All right. You hear a faint hiss as the ship takes another 19 points of damage.
And then the one that did not save gets pushed 10 feet away.
All right. How much damage? 19? A and B are dead.
Aha.
So. All right. And then C takes 19. And D. All right. And is that it?
And then I have to do my whiz save for my turn.
Got it. Let's see if you make it. Good luck.
Oh my actual god. 13.
Nope. I'm sorry. Nope.
Ugh.
Wait, right against spirit. No, right.
Yeah. You can give her Bardic on your next round.
Right? Jesus Christ. Next round I'm going to give myself guidance.
All right. What does Aurora do? On Aurora's turn, she... Ooh! Aurora sort of chants something in a guttural language, stands up on her tiptoes, floats in the air for a second, and several undead appear around her.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Spirit guardians?
Oh no, she's just summoning undead.
Okay.
No big deal.
Yep. So she summons 2 undead spirits to do her bidding, and they will float over here. A is dead, B is dead.
That's really fucking bitchin'.
Yep. They will come over here and attack C.
How about D, because I'm standing right next to it?
Sure. They cannot take the same space, so that's fine. They go round, as long as they don't leave. So they will go after D, and they will use actions. First one misses. The second one hits. Let me make sure it's not immune to this kind of damage. It is not. All right, cool. Oh my god, I rolled a 1 for damage. All right. Well, it takes 1 damage. I know, right? However, they get op attacks if it tries to move, so... All right, they are up. Oh, you know what? Maudit. Aurora gives you Bardic Inspiration.
Woo!
All right. A is dead. B is dead. C is going to do what? Ooh. Ferris.
Yes.
I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. D looks you right in the eyes, and its maw and its eye stalks and it's sucking you in.
17.
All right. You feel something literally squeezing your brain. That would be 16 on a non-save, 8 on a save. 8 psychic damage.
No.
All right. And then C is going to attack one of the undead. And it is going to do multi-attack. It's going to do a bite and a claw. All right, it misses the first one. And it misses the second one. All right. And E is going to come over here. And Hiccup, I would like a wisdom saving throw, please.
What did I do to it?
You lightning bolted its buddies.
I was just being a little guy. I was in a silly, goofy mood. This is dirty funny.
All right. Where is that? All right. 19 on a non-save, 10 on a save, as this thing tries to crush your little Kenku brain.
I'm just a little guy. There's so many hazards to my brain now.
All right, we are back to the top of the order with Pepsi.
All right, let's get. Who's looking the worst right now?
A and B are dead. C's looking the worst, and E has not been damaged, and D looks like almost a different species. Like you're noticing that it is heavier and darker and tougher.
Wow, I like that.
Is D damaged at all?
It is. It's been hit a bunch, but it doesn't look too hurt.
Oh shit. Okay.
I know we're playing late, so if you guys want to pick this up next time, we can, but I don't think it'll take too much longer.
I'm gonna attack.
Finishing.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack D.
All right.
Shit. Well, that's a 10.
That is a miss.
Can I attack again?
You can take your bonus action to give. I don't know. Let me see.
Attacks per action is 2.
Okay, when you take the attack action, I'm looking at Aurora to see. I don't know that you have 2 actions.
Well, I have attacks per action is 2.
With what?
I don't know. It just says actions. Attacks per action 2.
Oh, weird, because Aurora only has 1. I think it's because of your college. So if you're going to take the attack action, yes, you can attack twice.
22.
That is definitely a hit.
That one hits.
Yep, go and roll for damage.
That's a 10.
All right. That is 10 damage, and what is the concentration check? Wisdom?
Sorry.
I'm asking what is the to keep your spell concentration? I forget.
If you make it above a 10.
Got it. And what is it? Wisdom, Constitution?
Con.
Con. Thank you. That's what I needed to know.
Hiccup, Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Your fear is still active. You are still feared.
Oh man.
All right. Pepsi, any Bardic Inspiration? Hiccup?
Hiccup, yes.
Got it.
Thank you.
All right, Theris, and then Hiccup, and then Muddy.
I'm gonna give Sassy some.
So I want to play with my new toy, and all 3 of these are within range, so I can.
How are you going to maneuver yourself so you get them all?
It says you create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range.
All right.
You
Yep.
can
Go
hurl
ahead.
them at one or several.
All right.
So I guess I have to do 3 rolls.
It
Burn
is.
them all,
what is the spell? The spell is Scorching Ray, right?
Scorching Ray.
Cool.
16.
That's a hit.
Yay. All right. Let me roll for damage. 4.
Oh my god, you rolled a 1 and a 3. That sucks.
I know.
All right. Which one was that? C, D, or E?
I was gonna just go like,
Or you could hit all 3 of them into the same target.
Oh, that's true. I guess I could. I guess I'm gonna hit D because it's right in front of me.
All right.
So
Second
how does
attack.
it work with when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher? You create 1 additional ray for each slot. Does it already?
It is only cast at the level it's at. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just didn't know what that was. All right. So. Well, that sucked. That's a 10.
That is a miss.
All right. 1 more. I'm not rolling well on this one.
You are learning that you
21.
are better with your sword than with magic.
Yes.
That is a hit.
Probably just like moving around with this thing on my wrist, like just randomly throwing out rays.
Yep. I was wrong. It's actually on your head. It's a circlet on your head. Remember I said it goes around your horns.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're just
In that
pointing.
case, just bob my head around. I don't know. 7.
All right, cool. It's starting to look a little hurt. Hiccup.
Oh man.
Hold on. Before you do that, you can use a bonus action to punch it too, because you are monk.
Okay. I was gonna ask if I have a bonus action. Oh man. Oh, 17.
That's a hit.
All right.
Like, just as an afterthought, no matter what happens, Thera should just like
wait.
punch somebody.
Yeah.
Like, just no matter what you do, like and I'll punch them too.
Hey, you know what? If it's looking bad, I'm gonna burn another key point and punch it again.
Not bad, but hurt.
Cause I have quite a few key points actually.
All right.
This level.
Okay.
But that sucked because
And that
it's
is a
9.
miss.
Wait,
However,
but don't I have Bardic Inspiration?
roll a d4. It doesn't matter, even if it's a
Oh, it
d6.
doesn't matter.
Actually, if you get a 6, right? I think Bardic Inspiration at this level is d6. So
All
roll a
right.
d6. You need a 6 to hit.
And I
Oh my
got a
God.
6.
Really? All right, roll damage. It has now we've targeted in. Its armor class is 15.
Actually, Seth, Bardic Inspiration is now a D8.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. I didn't
nice.
know. I thought it was 6 at that level.
Yeah, fifth level it goes up to a D8.
Cool. We're gonna have to
Another
let
7.
poor Pepsi, who is taking care of her dog, remember that,
Oh.
because I'm not, and she's not. So guess who's in charge of remembering that, Kirsten?
Me.
All right. That is all of Theris. Hiccup. What is Hiccup doing?
I'm gonna crawl under Aurora's legs and point at E and say, "You shouldn't have done that." And I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb at it.
Cool.
Natural 20.
What happens to it?
So it takes 10 D8
Oh my
damage.
god.
Okay.
Jesus.
What element is it?
So did the lightning from my lightning bolt seem to do damage from?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do lightning since that
Okay.
seems to be tried and true.
And this is happening no matter what. Like, you're gonna hit it. You're probably gonna kill it. However, that hiss becomes a rush of air.
Uh-oh. Wait, from my Chromatic Orb?
You're throwing more lightning at it.
At the creature?
Sure.
Wait, not the hole, right?
The creature is standing next to the hull.
Yeah, but it's a single target spell.
It is, but electricity does this thing like conduct?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wait, I would like to point out that Thunderwave does thunder damage, not electricity.
Right, so that thing actually blew planks out of the wall.
Oh, god damn it. We can't win.
Oh, I'm...
That's
gonna
gonna be 50. No.
Yeah, E is obliterated. It
Yeah,
just
it's gonna be 50
disintegrates.
something.
D is the one fearing Maudit right now, so D is the
God
one
damn
that... Yeah.
And then I'm gonna stay hunkered in between Aurora's legs, being like, I told you shouldn't have done that.
All right, Maudit.
Okay, so D is my enemy.
Yep.
And no electricity. Well, there goes my plan to use Witch Bolt.
How much more damage can the ship take?
Probably
Not
nothing.
a lot. Like, you hear air gushing out into the void.
Can we plug up the hole with one of the worm bodies?
That tracks with you guys, using corpses to plug the hole.
Yeah, like why not?
I did carry one around in my bag of holding for a while.
We're resourceful, is what you're saying. Thank you for the compliment.
You're so very welcome.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. I'm gonna chill touch D.
Through Erica?
Yeah.
Cool. What's my save?
That one's not a save. That one's a 2-hit.
Oh, got it.
So, disadvantage or flat?
Through Erica, right, flat.
Okay. 24.
That's a hit.
That is 16 cold damage, I think is that.
Okay.
Sorry, 16 necrotic damage.
All right, it roars in pain. Still standing.
Yeah. And then I get to re-roll my wisdom save with an extra D8, right?
Yep.
I don't need it. That's a
All
23
right, you are
on
no
my
longer
save.
afeared, so you can act normally.
Woo! Yay!
Aurora is going to fire 2 crossbow bolts into the thing. All right, just do it over here. She misses on the first hit. She hits it on the second for... Oh my god, I rolled a 1 for 4 damage. And then her little dead things are going to attack it.
Yay, little dead things.
Yay, little dead things.
My favorite.
Yep, you're
Can
half
the little
undead.
dead things open for the OnlyFans on the next tour?
Sure. I mean, Aurora would be happy to have her little undead servants open for you. All right, first one hits.
Yeah.
For 6 damage. And the second one hits for 2 damage. It is still standing. It looks pretty pissed off. And Aurora will give Maudit again. Unless Hiccup wants it.
I can't get it again. I haven't used it.
I already have mine.
All right, then she will give it to Theris. Actually, she'll give it to
definitely
Pepsi.
use mine.
Yay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yep. All
We
right.
always forget each other.
Well, because the bards never remember, right?
It's true.
All right. Theris, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. Your DC is 17.
16.
Have you used your inspiration this evening?
No.
I would re-roll that if I were you.
Alright.
We believe in you.
23.
Theris, you feel this wave of exhaustion and sleepiness wash over you, and you manage to fight off the unbelievable urge to fall down and go to sleep.
Yay.
Do not
I
take a
don't
nap
want
right
to
here.
sleep right now.
No naps in combat. Seeing that it failed, it's gonna try to whack you with a claw.
It's like, oh shit.
Does a 22 hit? I believe a 22 hits. Yes.
It might. I gotta see like how my armor all adds up.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
All right, it's gonna hit you for 9 damage.
All
right then, and then what is it?
What I do there? I did 8.
Yep. And then C is going to Hiccup. You keep hurting everybody, so it is going to. Yeah, you do. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Is this like a spell that it's doing, or is it just an effect?
It's one of its attacks. It's literally trying to crush your brain.
Okay.
It's psychic damage.
And I have an inspiration, so I'm going to use that because I know that a 15's not going to make it, right?
15 does make it.
Oh, it
this
does?
is not
Okay.
the leader. The leader is more powerful.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I go 15 then.
All right. Yes, you make it. You feel that crushingness.
My brain.
It would be 10, now 5, because you saved. And we are back to the top of the order. Pepsi, what are you going to do? They're looking pretty hurt.
Who's looking more damaged?
They both look... C doesn't look too terribly hurt. D looks really hurt, but pretty pissed off and enraged.
And what kind of damage is D giving out?
You haven't seen it do anything other than claw Theris, but you hear Hiccup screaming in pain as something is attacking her mentally.
My brain.
Can I roll like a perception or something to see if I can understand like what the hell is different about this one?
Give me an Arcana check.
Can I do anything but Arcana?
I'll tell you what, history. You might have heard about it in your magical physiology class.
They're the same.
Because they run on intelligence. This is an intelligence check. Ouch.
Thanks.
Go ahead and roll a d8. Your DC is a 12. If you actually get 6 or above on a d8, the bardic inspiration will kick in.
Nope. Did not.
You remember that this is somewhat related to mind flayers, but you don't know how or why. You just know that they have a thing for eating brains.
And with that, I try to shoot at it, and I probably missed because I only rolled 13.
Which one? C or D?
D.
All right. So the first one's a miss. Second one's a hit.
Okay. And 7 points.
All right. It looks to be on death's door, but it is still alive.
Is that C or D? That's
D.
on depth.
D.
D.
D for almost dead.
Yep. Pepsi, do you want to give anybody bardic?
Does anybody have room for bardic?
Me.
Yep. And Theris is up next.
Oh, Theris. Here you go, darling. Theris, the love of the world.
I'm I'm feeling irritated with this circlet
Just hit it.
thing that I don't know how to use, and so I'm just going to hit it with my scimitar.
That sounds like a plan.
25.
Roll damage. Oh, you're +6 if you roll a 1. You kill it. How do you want to kill it?
Oh, I'm just going to take my scimitar and slice it through its hairy, freaky body.
You lop off what would be a head if it actually had a head, and the little neck piece is just lying on the ground there, wriggling.
Ew.
All right, you get a second attack if you want to take a step forward and swing at C.
I'm going to swing at C with an unarmed strike.
Bloop.
Oh, I didn't do it. Well, 17.
There you go. That's a hit.
Alrighty. And 7.
All right. It looks really fucking hurt. you want to pass the hiccup, or do you want to spend a key point and hit it again?
You know, it is kind of late in the evening, but I'm gonna need a long rest, like, badly.
And by the way, between this game and next, no one touches their character sheet, please.
Oh no.
Why?
Because he's gonna attack us again next turn.
This is the first combat of this entire encounter. Just saying.
I think I'm gonna hang on to that key point. Especially because it's almost dead and it's really outnumbered, and I know it doesn't have a turn again for a while.
All right, hiccup.
Well, speaking of, saving spell slots and such, I'm gonna move up over here.
Pew pew, Eldritch Blast.
And Eldritch Blast it.
If you hit, you kill it. So go ahead and roll.
That's gonna be a 13 on the die, plus 7, so dirty 20.
Yep, you hit it. How you want to kill it?
I'm just gonna sneak around, and then I'm gonna line it up on the stairs. I'm assuming there's a railing. I don't know why. And I'm just gonna line up. I'm mounting, and I'm just gonna go. Pew.
And your bolt flies true and just passes right through it, and it falls to the ground dead. This is where we're going to end, as the sound of air hemorrhaging out of the ship is what you hear.
Oh no!
I am going to, let's start with Hiccup tonight, since she just had the fun death shot. So Hiccup confessional.
I got my helm, and it's very cool, and I look very cool. I look very stylish, very intimidating, very scary, very beautiful, in fact. You may think that those are all contradictory words, but I disagree. Anyway, these worm things are really fucked up, and I don't really like the vibes of the ship. They're kind of musty. We're gonna have to be worrying about that air being released into the dead of space. That's gonna be a problem at some point. But right now, I'm just glad that I just pew.
Awesome. Theris, how's Theris feeling about tonight?
Theris has had better nights. She's gotten hit twice, and her head hurts, and she's tired, and she's sick of fighting these worm things, and she really generally loves an adventure and something new, but this, like, nasty old ship full of hairy worms and pickled brains is, like, really, it's not fun. And I need a rest, and I need a healing potion. And this circlet kind of cool, but I don't know, maybe I've got to practice on some trees or something.
You have to practice, like, searing blasting trees. All right, I love it.
Or corpses, because what else are you going to use them for other than plugging up a hole?
Oh, I love you guys.
We got a lot of those.
Yes, we do.
Pepsi.
Those are corpses.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, shit. I don't know what to say. Pepsi realized that it's really fun eldritch blasting a bitch sometimes, but really it's more effective to just go with old trusty, my nice crossbow. So I'm gonna do that from now on, because I got that double attack bitch, and I didn't get to use that. I mean, today's the first day I got to use that. And I'm really happy. Pepsi's a little bit stoned. Sorry for her.
Pepsi's been partaking of the treats.
They're good for emotional healing.
Emotional healing can confirm.
I love it.
Yeah, that was
all right. Cool.
Fun.
Maudit, how's Maudit feeling?
Maudit is feeling a little bit slighted that the brain-eating monsters completely ignored her. But otherwise, she's feeling good. She's feeling incredibly suspicious of this little shit, and he has a ever-decreasing likelihood of surviving this side quest. I hate this ship. It's creepy in not in the good way. And there's nothing cool on here. There's no good loot. It sucks.
All right, tell us how you really feel. All right, back to the other scene. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we call it for the night? Thank you for playing a little late. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
It was a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah, things will happen. Plot will progress next week. It will be interesting, and we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, that horrifying combination of a centaur and vaguely phallic worm was a thing of my nightmares.
Wait for it. There it is. There it is again.
For now, stop that.
There it is. Ooh, look at it.
God.
Ooh.
No, whoever created that, like, thought it up and then was like, yes, I shall commission this artwork. And then whatever artist made that enter reality should both know. Like,
Hold on. I'm going to laugh my ass off if it's Chris Burdett.
like they have been rejected from society. No more.
Oh, it's not telling me who did the art. It actually
That's
looks like Chris
blankets.
Burdett. Anyway, it would be something I could see him drawing.
Ask Christopher why there's middle hooves.
Ask him
Horrible.
why he had to include the tiny hairs. That's just what pushes it over the edge of just like slightly too realistic.
Wait, tiny? Now, see, now I'm going to blow it up even further and make you look at the tiny. Ooh.
No!
Also, Seth, things will happen and plot will unfold. That's literally just that's just how stories go, isn't it?
Not with us.
Damn it! No, not with us. Not when we spend the first hour and a half of game shopping.
Incredibly optimistic of you to predict that for next time.
Cool. Well, thank you guys. I
Do
really
we at
appreciate
least
it.
get a short rest?
You can take. Well,
Yeah.
let's
No, 'cause
figure
don't-
that out.
Don't take it on screen. Don't take it off screen because remember, I have treats, and so with treats you can recover more points when you roll your hit die. So like, don't roll hit die without me there to tell you how many to roll.
Extras. And remember, we're going to start next week with figuring out, oh shit, the air is rushing out into the vacuum of space. So that's how we're starting next game.
So we're all gonna die on screen.
We're all gonna ditch Flip and his stupid chest and get the hell off this crappy vessel.
Oh no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna steal the chest, leave him on that ship, and then we're gonna go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you guys. It's awesome. All right, on that note, we will see you all next week. Thank you for joining us, and wave good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Say it.
Balls.
Balls, 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 balls.
Balls.